A dog's walk nicely. Step 1, you want to charge the clicker. Nice one. Click, treat. Click, treat. Click. It's called charging the clicker. This is next step, what you want to do. Well, you are disconnected, mate, which is what we like. Normal collar, double clipped lead. So his front clip harness and one to his collar. When the dog goes in front, we're going to use the collar and the harness to steer the dog around. When the dog's where it is, we then mark and reward. Change direction, click, reward. Now, because I don't want to get dizzy and keep walking around in circles, if I have to change direction because the dog's in front, we change direction, steer, 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 then we change back to where we want to go, click, click, reward. So we keep moving in a straight line. Move in a straight line, click, click, reward. Notice I'm taking little steps. And like I said, if I'm going towards the camera now and I need to change direction, we change direction, but then we go back the way we were going. Click, click, reward. And it's really that simple. Normal collar, front clip harness.
So all you want to do when she reacts, stay calm. If you stand up when she's going to react, now you want her behind you, but not so you're hiding her, because again, dogs work on body language. So if she's in front of you, you're saying to her, you take control of this. Right. Whereas you want her slightly behind you. See how she sort of looked away? Yeah. It's because you're saying to her, I've got this.
You're a good girl.
Not at the moment, Shanks. She's fixating. Now she's a good girl. That you can reward. She looked and looked away.
Yeah.
Now tell her to sit. Sit. She started to use her nose, have a little sniff, just see what's going on. And then turn into her and walk away.
Dog right there. Walk a little bit closer to me, Soph. A little bit closer, Soph. A little bit closer, Soph. With every click, Soph, just take a step towards me. Walk away. Look how close she was. So look, when he's like that, yeah. So look, away. Yeah, look, straight away. What I'm doing is up and away. Good boy. Good boy.
Good sit.
Good fucking choice, mate. You want to know what it's like living with a Rottweiler, do you? Living with a Rottweiler is a bit like living with a giant meathead that is built like a brick shithouse. But you just look at them and wonder, how have you made it this far in life? But then you forget about that when you know that this person has your back and will go to the ends of the earth for you. And that's the Rottweiler. Now, the Rottweiler is the 9th most intelligent breed of dog. They do actually pick up commands super, super fast. But they're just a goofball. Extraordinarily protective and extremely family oriented. Great with children. The thing with a Rottweiler though is they have such a strong protective instinct and a very strong herding instinct as well. So they will chase anything small and fluffy given half the chance, and they may not start a fight, but they won't back down when they're challenged. Owning a Rottweiler takes an innate responsibility, because anything that happens you will always get the blame. So if you've got a Rottweiler and you don't train it and it's out of control, you are actually ruining the reputation of the breed. It doesn't matter how much you say you love the breed. A Rottweiler should be walking nicely by your side, and it should be trained and it should be under control so the reputation isn't damaged further. They're not the healthiest dog on the planet. They have quite a short life expectancy. I do not recommend them for first-time dog owners because they're extraordinarily powerful, and you must understand what socialising is. But if you get it right with a Rottweiler, it is the breed that represents the company. It is my favourite dog on the planet, and it is one of the best family dogs you'll ever get, if you get it right. That's it, put her back, dude. So this is the boring part, nothing exciting happening here. I just want him to start to process this sound. So all I'm doing is click, click. Nice.
Let's go.
Display. Let's go.
Let's go.
Right, you don't have to yank him so hard. The idea is to steer because
Down.
yeah. Because what's happening is we're trying to get him to make good choices. So it's about trying to. So the whole point is, let's go, to give him time to respond. Yeah, loose lead. Let's go, and he's responding. So there's no need to do anything. Yeah, he can be a doofus right now. That's fine because it shows he's in good spirits. To be fair, there's a dog there and he's being a doofus. So Coda's moving around a little bit more freely now. Yeah. So just stay nice and chilled out. Just remember, let's go. It's command action. So go. Let's go and go that way. Let's go. This is also what we like. See his nose looking. Yeah. See how he looked back at you that time. Yeah. That's the perfect opportunity to reward him. Now we've got a dog here, right? And now he's absolutely fine.
Waiting and reacting will get you a correction. Paying attention to me gets you a reward. And then it goes back to her opting for the behaviour that benefits her the most. Good girl.
Public service announcement to remind you that puppies should never, ever, 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 ever be left unsupervised. Ever. Thank you. Yeah, I give the command. Let's go.
Good boy. So that you want to reward because he's chose to go behind you. Give him a little stroke. That's being in that frame of mind for him is stressful.
Yeah.
With a dog that reacts like that, when you try and calm him down, you tend to shout over him.
Yeah.
But by shouting over him, you sound excitable. The reality is, if he's wary of people, that's fine. People don't need to interact with him.
Yeah.
But he can't act like he wants to kill him.
Yeah.
Because that's going to be a death sentence for him. He's already
That's
lucky that he hasn't been
scared
put
of.
to sleep
I know.
already. How, and this isn't meant horribly,
I know.
how he is still alive amazes me. He's scared. And he's not reacting because he's trying to protect the house. He's reacting because he's learned that if I kick off like that, what scares me, off. And then where the vibration is less intense, or a mobile phone, to calm him down, for him to lay down and chill out with someone. Oh, good boy. You get all the fuss and all the love, can't you? You just got to stop being a prick.
Before all the false free trainers come out and say I'm electrocuting the dog, please understand the vibration collar. Doesn't shock, doesn't cause any pain. So calm down. Do take your dog out to the toilet every 1 to 2 hours so it can learn where to go to the toilet. Don't use puppy pads. No matter which way you dress it up, you are literally telling your dog it's okay to take a piss or shit in your house. It's gross. Do interact with your puppy when it's awake. Teach it things like leave it, heel, come, sit, down, get it used to being brushed, get it used to being groomed, and do this whilst having fun with your dog. Then crate train your dog so it learns to switch off. Don't go running back to your puppy every time it cries. You think 20 minutes of crying in the crate is bad now before the puppy settles down? Think about what it's going to be like in a year when you can't go out with friends and family because your dog's got full-blown separation anxiety. Don't take your dog to dog parks and let it get mugged by other dogs. That's how your dog will develop issues with dogs as it grows up. Teach your dog, look, there's a dog, pay attention to me, good things happen. Remember when he gets like that?
Yeah.
To slow right down.
Right.
Yeah, so he can follow you. Yeah, so he can start to get with you. If he's pulling and I'm moving faster, I'm only doing what he wants. Yeah, so the faster he goes, the slower I go until we become in sync with each other again. Okay. So look, slow, just up and relax, up and relax, up and relax. And when he's where I want him to be, so look, pulling, pulling, pulling. So if I move now, reinforce him.
Yeah.
So I'm going to slow down. I want him to come with me. So breathe, relax, up, and I'll slowly start picking up my pace. So he's learning to follow me versus me follow him. Yeah, because we're going to undo the clicker. What we do. There's Frank. Didn't like Frank a second ago. Come, mate. Come, mate. Let's go.
He's committed. He still wants to do control. That's it.
Walk past again, Aaron. So again, look at my lead. It's nice and relaxed, but look. Just going to hold that focus. He's looked and done the work. He's acknowledged. Yeah, but I keep that focus. Now the dog's there, which means if he was to refocus, it's so much easier to break. This is the reason that your dog has no food drive. If you've got a pug, Labrador, disregard this. He's probably going to eat you at house and home anyway. Feeding your dog from a bowl once a day, twice a day, 3 times a day, they are simply full. Why are they going to work for food outside the house? They've got a full stomach, and when they come back, they're getting fed anyway. So that bit of high value chicken you're offering, they're like, you don't want it. But what if we stopped feeding them from a bowl? What if we took their dog's daily food allowance and we stuck it in a treat pouch? What if we got ourselves a clicker and we kept this clicker on us? Look, on my hand, it's not going anywhere. Yeah, and every time I ask the dog to do something, or it does something I like, reward. Reward. What's going to happen is, so the dog eats, I'm interacting with the dog. Yeah, so the dog's kind of working, which is what most dogs are designed to do. I'm bonding with the dog. I'm working on its obedience. I'm strengthening its behaviors, and I'm strengthening our relationship. If your dog isn't listening to you, stop feeding it from a bowl. How to deter off-lead dogs. There's a couple of things that I always carry with me when I'm out with my dogs. A treat pouch, slip lead, and a pet corrector. Now, if a dog's coming towards you and you want it out of your space, maybe your dog doesn't like it, something as simple as taking a treat and throwing it away can get the dog away from you, okay? Now, the other thing you can do is desensitize your dog to a pet corrector. So spray, reward your dog, spray, reward your dog, spray, reward your dog. So the sound of a pet corrector, if that dog is still persistent, can actually deter that dog and get that dog to go away. Okay, and it's compressed air, it's harmless to a dog, but it can act as a great deterrent, and it can also teach your dog food's coming. So it changes how they feel as well. And finally, a slip lead. This is one of the most important things to have with you, because if a dog was to set upon your dog, you can use this to choke them out. But also, if the dog is really persistent, you can just pop that over the dog's head and hold the dog, keep it at bay until the owner comes and gets it. And then remind them how easy it is to steal somebody's dog because they let them run over to other dogs because they're idiots and they can't stop it. Dog thefts are rife. So you want to know what it's like to own a Siberian Husky, do you? Well, imagine looking after a child that is constantly picking up things that it shouldn't, that's constantly getting into things that it shouldn't, that's constantly opening doors and trying to go on little adventures where you need eyes in the back of your head. Now that little probably needs a little bit of discipline, as will your Siberian Husky. Now I'm not talking about rule with an iron fist, it's 2022 ladies and gentlemen, but that dog will need some clear rules and structures. Siberian Huskies are a notorious escape artist, particularly if they're bored. This is a highly intelligent dog that, when those needs aren't being met, will destroy your house, will howl your house down. This dog sheds twice a year, 6 months at a time. They are a very, very healthy, very hardy, very sociable dog. They're actually very, very good with children. The biggest issue with Siberian Huskies is the sheer volume of exercise that dog needs and mental enrichment. It's an independent thinking dog, originally bred to live outside. So every time you ask it to do something, it's not that it's not listening to you. It's just weighing up whether or not it suits the Siberian Husky to listen to you. Hand feeding will help massively because they don't have bags of food drive. So hand feeding that dog all of its meals until it is trained, making it work for food, will satisfy the working drive of the Husky, bring out its food drive, and you'll be forced to interact with it, which will tire that dog out, so then it learns to switch off. So jumping, spinning, walking is fun. Sniff. Sniff. So there's Mishka. Let's go. Look in, sniff. I'll just teach him how to, so sensory overload. So he sees the dog, visually reacts. Come in, sniff. I want him to start sniffing on command. Eyes right now, the dog's just overwhelmed. Mishka, let's go. Good girl, sniff. Yeah, good girl. Mishka, come here, sniff. Yeah. This dog doesn't take treats outside the house, and that's because your dog has that sensory overload. It's off the fucking reservoir. Now it's taking treats because we've slowed everything down. Yeah, and look, see how the nose is now engaging. So instead of being visually oriented, she's now beginning to sniff things.
I've watched your video so much, and I've been thinking, oh my god, they're going to dread it when I walk.
So you've got a flirt hole. Cleo, what the lead means. So a little bit of pressure. Yes. And when she gives into it, mark it with yes. Pressure. Yes. Other dog shit. Yes. Short but relaxed lead, and we're going to practice some figures of eights. Go one way, go the other way. One way, other way. Dog pulls, up and relax. See my arm? Up and... How's that?
She has never done that.
Well, Ruth always wants to use the card.
Somebody tried to steal my dog.
Dogs should love the rain. It kicks up all different smells for the dogs, all different sounds, everything. The reason dogs typically don't like the rain is because you don't like the rain. Oh, let's get this over and done with. Oh shit, it's horrible out there. And that sets the tone for the walk. Logan's down here, he's out. All the smells have changed now from when it was sunny an hour ago. If your dog doesn't like something, chances are it's because you are setting the tone for that. If your dog doesn't like German Shepherds, chances are it's because every time you see a German Shepherd, you tense up, so your dog feeds off of you. Understand that you are the source of information for your dog. Dog don't like the rain, get out in the f***ing rain. We've had so much heat, get out and enjoy it. If you have a dog that's nervous of people and you're trying to get strangers to give your dog treats to befriend them, make sure you're not having the strangers give your dog treats directly, hand to mouth. Here's why. It's not actually going to help the dog. If the dog's nervous to approach people or even reactive if somebody touches them, the notion of doing this, one, looks like you're trying to touch the dog. It's visually suspicious. So even though you're holding out a treat, it looks like you're trying to touch them. Two, holding a treat out for the dog, you're kind of forcing them to have to come closer to you, which can then trigger a panic reaction if they do take the treat, or you're forcing them into conflict. What you actually do, if you want somebody to give your dog treats, you hand them the treats and you get them to throw them over the dog's head. This creates space, it's conflict free, and it still creates that positive association that that person equals good things. Does this, this, and this, have in common. These are 3 of the most common reasons why a dog will be surrendered to rescue. Your child, just been born, great. Now you suddenly got no time for the dog, so you palm it off on a rescue. Or you let that child pester the dog when it was sleeping, or use it as a climbing frame, or mess with the dog when it was eating. Now your child's been bit, and you want to get rid of the dog. There are so many dogs in rescue right now. It's absolutely insane. More coming in than there is going out. And it could so easily be avoided. Don't add to the problem, please. And if you're thinking of getting a second dog, consider a rescue, because most dogs are in there through no fault of their own.